Hi there. I was working on a project today and doing a lot of work actually manipulating things, and it made me think the reason I really like some of the notions that I like is because of the fact that they have characteristics that are very helpful for a quilter or for anyone. I am making this 12 by 12, and I'm not sure exactly. This is kind of a design as you go thing. And these little circles, but more like links, had to be cut out, number one, and then fused down. My very favorite fusible is Lite Steam-A-Seam 2. I like it because it's lightweight. I like it because in the situation that I was doing today, I was sticking these down, and then I decided, oh, I need to move this guy over here. Well, if you notice, you can pick this up. Now, these haven't been pressed with the iron. You can pick them up, you can move them around. Here's one of the centers that I took out of the inside. And I can take this and I could stick it down here. But if I don't like it there, oh gosh, I can pick it up and I can move it over here. I can keep repositioning until I put the iron onto them and fuse them down. So that is just very, very helpful, because a lot of times I don't know what I'm going to want, where I want things, until I see them and decide where I want them. So I really like, you can buy Lite Steam-A-Seam 2 in packages. I have a whole box because I use a lot of it, but it comes in different packaging sizes. The other thing I like about Lite Steam-A-Seam 2 is when you stitch through it with your sewing machine, it really does a good job. It doesn't, now there will be some fusible and some stickiness that comes on my needle, but not as bad as a lot of other fusibles. So I like the fact that it's repositionable. I like the fact that I can sew through it pretty easily with my sewing machine, because it does need to be sewn down. I use this on almost all of my fusible applique quilts, and that's my very favorite fusible type of fusible. The other thing I like, and since I'm talking about what I like, these are my scissors. These are good scissors. I cut out all of these little loops with these scissors. These are K Buckley shears. They are really, really sharp. They do not dull, because, and they're serrated, so that when you're cutting, it doesn't leave any threads hanging out. So that's another favorite of mine. Another thing that I often use when I am using notions for sewing is I use an interfacing. If you look at these leaves, this quilt right here, these flower hugs that I make, have an interfacing on the back of the leaf. And when I do foundation paper piecing, I often use this interfacing. It's fusible on one side, so that you can put it on the front, stitch around, flip it to the back, and now this will be fusible. When I make my next flower hug, I can lay it down, I can press it, and it sticks very nice, and also I can sew through this turned edge. There's a lot of different interfacings available. I usually don't want something that's really, really heavy. So my favorite fusible interfacing is called it's a Pellon product. It's called ShirTailor, and the number on it is 950F ShirTailor. It comes on a bolt, or I usually buy it and cut off by 3 or 4 yards. It's very good to use, and I use it whenever I need interfacing. If I am doing, oh, well, these are the things I mostly use it for. If I am doing, oh, big flowers, I will put interfacing on the back, fuse them down. Another type of stabilizer that I use is called, well, it's called Ricky Tim's Stable Stuff Poly. A stabilizer for me is something that I'm going to put under a piece that I am working on. Here is a quilt, and let me bring this over so we can see it better. Each of these hearts is fused down, but if you notice, there's a lot of decorative stitching around the heart, around each heart. There's just a lot of stitching going on. If you're doing a lot of decorative stitching, it's helpful to have an extra stabilizer on the back. Now, I can't show you it on the back of this quilt, but I put it on the back of my blocks, and that way when I'm doing decorative stitching, which I use a lot, this Stable Stuff Poly, you can tear it out, you can cut it out, you can leave it in, and it becomes a fine, just soft layer of polyester inside. So this is my other, one of my very favorite types of stabilizer. So a couple of my favorite things: Lite Steam-A-Seam 2, shears by Karen K. Buckley, Pellon interfacing, ShirTailor 950F, and this stabilizer. I hope you find that helpful.